Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? This is Senpai coming back to you with another vlog talking about how the stream went for the last week. Um, you know, just hanging out. Hmm. Anyway, so last week, first off, missed one day. Trying to hang out with my girlfriend, spend some time with her. We actually thought about doing a stream together, um, which might be something that we do in the future, which would be pretty cool. Um, just so like when she wants to hang out, because we only got two PC, two rigs. So when she's here, there's not really like a space for Ark or vice versa. However, we would want to do it, but she's wanted to stream a couple different times. So might be something that we do in the future. So it would be pretty awesome. So talk about last week. Two things to mention. I wanted to say two things to mention, but two things I want to talk about. One, it was a bit slow. It was a bit slow last week. I feel like it just sometimes that happens, especially with like school starting up. A lot of times, most of your viewers are kids, so it is what it is. That happens. It slows down. We play video games. We have a good time. Whatever. That's kind of just how it works out. Although there is one thing that I want to touch on personally is bringing some of the same energy I used to bring way back when I first started streaming. But like I've kind of like fell off a little bit with that. So eventually I'll get back there. A lot of it's got to do with just like working before I come and stream and hang out and do all that type of stuff. So it's kind of a mental state thing. Just got to get right back in the groove. Probably work out a little bit more, and that usually brings my energy levels way up. So I'll get there, make it happen. So the other thing I wanted to mention is we had an incident, and I talked about how often babysitting happens as streamers. Again, a bunch of young kids. You do a lot of babysitting. Some kids don't have anything to do. They don't have consoles or PCs of their own. They don't have people to play with. They come and hang out, or they have their own issues. So they're hanging out in your stream as well. And sometimes it could be kind of a toxic environment, and like it's like you don't want that here. And we had one of those incidents over our last week sessions where it wasn't anything big, but like someone pretty much started to attack another one of the viewers, saying things like, oh, you don't do anything, you're homeschooled, you don't have any friends. And typically, like when I first started, I was like, yo, what the hell, what do I do, when like somebody does that? Like, do I intervene, do I say something, how do I handle it? Me personally, if someone's doing something like that, I'll straight out call them out. I'll straight out roast them. That's just what I do. Like, I'll tell them how it is. Like, hey, this is how I view you as a person. You should pretty much you should quit doing that. It's not polite. It's not right. Quit doing it, and I'm not gonna put up with that shit. Either get out or settle the fuck down. So, that's pretty much kind of how it went. The person comes to the stream all the time. Both of them do, and it was for no reason. It was like over like a little point game that they played. I don't know if anyone was serious about it, but either way, there were some attacks, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not down with that shit. Fuck that. Not having it. But yeah. Besides that, things are pretty normal. Same as before. Not a bunch of people. Nothing like that. That's pretty much all I have for last week. Last week was just super chill. We played Apex Legends, League of Legends, and Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain was kind of unexpected. Will was running late, and we ended up playing it. We ended up playing it throughout the whole entire night. And the thing is, Risk of Rain is a lot smaller game. It's an indie game, and we had a couple people come in and chat. Again, it just proves the point and what I'm going to talk about next, which is why there are two different ways to grow on Twitch. And one is just streaming isn't enough. If you're playing bigger games, you're doing different games, variety of content, just streaming isn't enough. And, you know, also the other way is to climb the directory. Climbing the directory means you start with one of the base level, lower level games, and then you start working your way up as you gain more viewers. Reason being is a game like Fortnite, like Apex Legends, like League of Legends, like any of the larger games that you would play, you can't start with them. If there are 10,000 streamers and you've got 5 viewers, there's gonna be a bunch of people just way above you. Way above you. People have to scroll for like 10 minutes. And I feel like if you've done a little bit of research on streaming and how to do well with it, you know that that's the case. But that doesn't mean that if you are playing one of the smaller games that you can't still grow, but you have to do it outside of a streaming platform. You have to do it through Instagram. You have to do it through Twitter. You have to do it through YouTube videos. So kind of the metrics behind that is when it comes to like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of your hashtags and tags, all of your titles and anything you put in your content will make you visible to other people. There's always a way to explore and discover on those platforms. But on Twitch, you can't do that. On Mixer, you can't do that. On DLive, you can't do that. The most you have from like Mixer is the Hot Zone. Hot Zone is this thing where you hit like, you know, top 10 in a game, and suddenly, you know, you show up on a bunch of people's streams. It's like a channel that they watch, and they can follow you, and they can come hang out with you. Weird enough, with our weird stream setup, I don't think it's possible for us to get in the Hot Zone. Since we have 2 screens, we have a screen up here, we have a screen down here, whatever you want to orient it at. We actually can't get in the Hot Zone. At least it seems like that's the case. We haven't experienced it yet. We get top 10 all the time. Or sorry, top 3 in Apex Legends. And it just doesn't happen. So I don't know if it's just a coincidence or if the algorithm can't pick up our stuff because we have our screens so screwed up. It specifically says that if you have any of your overlay going over like kills and stuff like that, it won't work, but it doesn't say anything about your overlay being, or your screen actually being a little bit smaller. So, not really too sure. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to hit on. Things that you should be doing in order to grow if you're going to play bigger games. Why streaming, just streaming, only streaming isn't enough. What you should be doing is you should be probably prioritizing some YouTube content to go off every week. It shouldn't be highlights. Nobody really likes highlights anymore. We do highlights. It's fun to do, and it's a fun way for your viewers to catch up with things, but it's not a good way to bring in new viewers. Everyone's seen all these plays, and they're going to watch the big people's highlights. They're not going to watch your highlights. So think of some form of content that you could put together, whether it be like stories for your games, you know, weird things that you did, weird setups, weird builds, things that shouldn't work but do, glitches, whatever. As long as it's not just like, hey, here's a bunch of gameplay clips, I'm good at the game, should be good to go. Just make sure you're persistent with it. If you're persistent with it, things should build. We'll see how it goes for me. We'll see how many people show up for just this sort of thing. I'm not really expecting much. It's kind of more like a, it's a vlog, so it's kind of like a video diary for me, just to talk about, you know, how streaming has been going for me and any tips that I can give out. Eventually, I will be doing some tips on things such as like how to set up a stream, easy ways to set up streams, easy way to set up your own overlays, or just like, you know, what bit rates are. I think that's what I'll probably do next week, is what the different bit rates are and what will happen. Well, how clear will it look? How laggy will it be? What's the point of changing all these settings? So I'll do that next week. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll be here next week. It should be Monday or Tuesday. I had this Monday off, so I hung out for a bit, and I figured I'd do it Tuesday. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. If you want to see us succeed, make sure you go ahead, look in the description below. Come hang out with us on Twitch, Mixer, be live, whatever you want to do. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Of them.
Well, hello. I'm Senpai Grayson,
No,
and
he's not.
oh, I'm DeCarthur Blabberbutt, and
AKA Young Daddy.
Young Daddy. Young Daddy wants you to like, comment, and subscribe. So make sure you get right on that, okay?